Welcome back to my channel, Madden Backlog series. Today's Madden 24 video is EA's Gameplay First Look Part 2. Before we get too deep into this, please click the like icon, click the subscribe and notification icon so you will be informed when a new video has been posted. EA's Gameplay First Look Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1, I have provided a link in the description as it covers the first 12 of the 24 topics. So again, grab your favorite snacks as we're about to cover topics 13 through 24 in Part 2 of this video. I'm leaving their audio in so you can see what I'm talking about. Now let's get started.
You're going to see how quick they shoot the gaps.
So it does feel like that does allow some of the more chess player play callers to set it up, run in some inside zone, some of those inside A-gap runs, then hit them with a toss play.
It would be beautiful, and that's what we want. We want to open up the playbook. We want players to feel more confident running other plays.
That's a nice play.
I think that's going to be a good man beater, just running with the quarterback.
You heard it here first and basically hidden through their own words. Mike Vick era has returned. Now, I get that from, and I quote, man beater, running with the QB.
That's a nice play.
I think that's going to be a good man beater, just running with the quarterback.
You won't be familiar with this unless you played back in 2005 with 2K5 and Madden 05, where just about every opponent online chose a fast running QB. They ran 4 verticals or 4 crossing routes across the field and ran for 90% of the game. We used to call it cheese because the game couldn't handle it. It was the game, not the player. The players exploited it, similar to what they do now with various hot routes and manual motions. The defensive back didn't need to leave his assignment until after the QB passes the line of scrimmage. And I believe this is, again, an old issue. And the safety plays seem to be unaware of the QB scrambling out to the right side. I can't talk about the pursuit because that changed once the user grabbed control. And as I said before, for some reason it appears that it still exists where when you select the player, the control just loses its assignment. And at that point, it should be to pursue the ball carrier.
We're going to see some of the improved downfield blocking here. Little slip screen action. Look at the
62.
offensive lineman. The offensive lineman is down the field and not just creating a convoy.
And getting the action, like getting in the field and getting down the field to get action. I love it.
I think one thing I'm already noticing that's really improved is just the offensive line IQ, honestly. Like, you just saw him right there. He picked up. Last year, like, he was just, a lot of the time, he would just whip on that block and really made screens unrunnable. So I'm really liking that right.
Screen plays looks positive. I did notice a penalty. I would like to see more blockers as designed out front. But I will see if this holds up when released. Also, there was a clip on a defensive lineman on this play. That's why more blockers were not out front. So let's ignore the offensive line IQ. Please don't buy into the AI mess because it isn't there.
I'm going to record that clip and take it back to the guys that work on blocking. Those guys, man, they got a hard job. I don't envy them at all, but they put a lot of work in this year.
And that's Trey White, too.
In the zone.
I think his zone range is actually pretty high in this game. I could be wrong. It's not bad.
I think it's pretty high.
And last year and years past, like, you had to really play with zone drops on. That right there is like, that's no zone drops. That's just him you know, having awareness and IQ. Look at this. This is a stock. This is a default zone. Like, this never, I'm telling you, in the past, this never happened. Like, he never get this much depth. And then play this is a crosser. Y'all did a good job with movement. I think all of this, I think zone's playing better because of movement. Because last year, any other year before next gen, like, this dude would take so long to get to this ball.
Yeah.
He'd never get to this.
Yeah.
Even if he was this deep, this
No,
still would
it's
be a
going over his
completion.
head.
Like,
Or he's getting nagged for it.
yeah, or he'll be able to fit it in this little window right here between them. But, like, the movement just so much better.
I like from this view, you can see how quick he reacts to
Right.
this throw. Like, he is reacting. He sees it.
Oh, see, this is my type of Madden when I can play zone.
Look at the safety react to that.
Again, this had nothing to do with zone drops or zone coverage. The Madden champion player threw the ball right to the defender in the zone. And it was, again, a bullet pass at that. Come on, EA. Stop playing your gamers like that.
Wow, casual players, the guys that just, you know, we play a time or two a week. Maybe they're not as well versed as zone drops and all the other good stuff. If they got good players in zone in position to make plays, they should be able to make plays.
Yeah, Clef, let's see, like, on this play, like a 10-yard dig route and let's see, like, a cover 3 defense, because I want to see how those linebackers react. Because in years past, this is a money play. Throw that dig right behind the linebacker, and unless you're clicked on, it's probably completed. I want to see how those linebackers react here. Look at him drop back and make the play. I mean,
I love it.
You love to see that.
That's zone defense. A lot of work went into it, man. So kudos to the coverage team. They got these guys playing a lot better. You got to be smarter when you're slinging the pigskin this year.
Oh my! A little separation.
The completion isn't my issue. The quality of the throw is. You have a QB who's throwing off his back foot and in stride. Why don't they provide the passing info on the score? I will use their own graphic to demonstrate what is wrong here. Why isn't the middle return for the kickoff in the middle? My previous video that I will link in with the description touched on kick return and punt return suggestions still being a problem, and I can see that it will be. Now, special teams formations I agree with 100%, and it's long overdue. I have no issue with these additional formations. If I don't see an issue with the execution or any exploitation, then this is a plus regarding kickoff and kickoff return options. My only question is, do they have that unsuspecting onside kick? And is the squib kick really a squib kick that you can manipulate through the kick meter as well as the joystick?
So I might be able to house a kick that was kicked short.
Someone is going to scum kick and it's going to get taken to the house. I'm calling it now.
Oh, the drop off the high pass into Jordan Poyer's hands. And I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think Jordan Poyer has something like pick artist on him. So you're seeing him able to make an open field interception without the ability.
Yeah, our players are going to have to, some of them are going to have to reprogram themselves because high pass was so.
Interception off of the tight end hands, appearance-wise, looks fine. But why is every throw a high bullet pass? Was that the exploit for Madden 23? I will say the ball on swats look better. It drops faster rather than hanging in the air like the old volleyball guaranteed interceptions. We will see upon release. The other thing that I have to check will be the interceptions that occur behind the line of scrimmage, because that ball moves really fast for those guys to just seemingly snatch the ball up real easy and run down the field with an interception off a deflection that's bouncing every which way possible. But again, we will see upon the release when I check it.
Headaches, few nightmares. In 23, we made an effort to make scrambling quarterbacks stay in the pocket a bit more. Oh, Bills got it back. So in 24, we wanted to make sure that scrambling quarterbacks and mobile quarterbacks felt mobile, even if you're not scrambling. The way that Clef is getting out the pocket, he's not necessarily scrambling, but he's able to get out of the pocket and make plays. But at the same time,
now the QB fumbles the ball, but it disappears, and it maybe reappeared back into his hands while he was laying there on the ground to retain the possession. It's hard to see, and maybe that is why they stopped the replay of it. But my question is going to be, when running with a quarterback, is it going to be still way too easy for the quarterback to fumble the ball?
Dez could contain, and that contain is going to pretty much keep him from being able to just run around.
I mean, look at
and
the
do whatever he
end.
wanna do.
Keep Allen in right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know, Clef just finds Gabriel Davis down the field. I mean, he's not called Clef the Mortal. He's Clef the God. Just want to let you know, though, you're not going to be able to screenshot this and be like, see, I beat Dez, and I'm 1-0 against him in Madden 24. Okay?
I'm 1-0. See, you gotta. It's how you start. It ain't always how you finish.
It's how you start. It's only how you start.
It's only how you start. You know, we start off 1-0. Maybe.
This is where Dez should have brought his belts here, just like laid them out and be like, I
don't mind having control of the player on the field, but this QB immediately stops from a run to make a throw, and his feet and body are perfectly set up. This is a right-handed QB running to his left, and immediately comfortably stops on a dime and is lined up to throw the ball. Does anyone have an exact video clip of this? I'd like to see it. No drifting, no stumbling, or anything, because that's not what's happening in this clip right here. He stops immediately, and he's perfectly lined up, and he makes the throw. Now, the other issue is the Bezier curve pass. If you recall the famous Brady to Walker pass overthrow, where Brady threw over the wrong shoulder, the receiver did not take his eyes off the ball and bend his path back on path and turn to find the ball. Instead, he turned his body to keep track of the ball, but it was thrown over his wrong shoulder. So no improvement in field since 2.0 is what I'll take from this. I don't mind leading a receiver, but keep it realistic, because I keep hearing the developers say that is what they want to achieve. This does not convince me of that. The other thing is, what happened to the smart AI zone depth? The defensive back allowed the receiver to run behind him. Even the safety was late turning upfield to cover the receiver. But my major issue really is that stopping quarterback on the dime to make that throw, and the receiver being able to take his eyes off the ball because he's running to the outside and the ball is thrown to his inside, and the receiver just runs, takes his eye off the ball because he's still looking at the field of play that he's running down towards the end zone, and he turns to his right, and now the ball is right there. You don't see that.
Reminder, guys, if you're wanting to compete, if you want to maybe match up with one of these guys, $1.7 million on the line in the MCS season this year. Registration is now open. The Ultimate Kickoff, first tournament of the season, September 5th and 6th. So make sure you sign up today. You never know. But let's be clear. We didn't know this man Dez last year, and all he did was show up and win 2 belts. So if you're out there going, I don't have a chance to do this, you don't know that until you sign up.
I'm running this cover 2 invert, and I see my safety, like, how he's getting to the sideline. He's not, like, strafing. He's, like, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of running over there to the top of the screen.
He's not strafing, but he's also not sprinting. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, so it's a new loco type. You're going to see these guys do read steps first, and then you're going to see them go in the crossover run. So, Clef, that's a great call out because he's not in strafe, but he still has his hips turned. He can run, but he's still facing the quarterback. And this is, again, this is authentic to the sport. You see these guys, they don't just turn around and just run to a spot.
Well, it's nice to see because I think if you're usering and you hold both triggers, it does the same thing.
Absolutely.
We're now seeing the CPU able to do that as well.
Yep. And this is something that, again, people are going to have to reprogram themselves. In the past, if you was on strafe and you held sprint, you just strafed still.
Yeah.
But this year, if you're holding both triggers, you're going to turn your hip.
Crossover, yeah.
You're going to cross over this year.
I'm not going to lie. I've seen Dez run some RPOs. RPOs are kind of dangerous here, especially with that improved blocking. I don't know. It's a scary year. If you're thinking about RPO, running some RPO as your offense, this might be the year to do it early.
I think it's a great year to see just how much of a chess match this sport is. If you want to mix in pass, run, RPO, a little bit of QB sneak here and there, you can just keep the defense guessing.
I'm seeing a lot of new, like, tackle animations. Is there new tackling techniques in the game?
Yeah, all right, so, Nick, you're going to hate this, but conservative tackle has been replaced.
No!
I know.
I'm not going to accidentally mess up my tackle again. I'm out, guys.
I knew you were going to have that reaction, but conservative tackle has been replaced with wrap tackles. It's still pressing A or X depending on what console you're on, but you're going to see these guys try to wrap up the ball carrier, and the outcome is going to vary depending on speed, strength, size, and I say speed of the ball carrier. If they're moving at low speed, you're going to see different animations. So you'll see defensive backs wrap up legs because that's authentic to the sport. You'll see these big guys hit a ball carrier up high and drive them backwards.
Tight window throws. They're possible in this game, especially with the good quarterbacks. That's a coverage sack right there. He's sitting in the pocket and.
This was not a cover sack. To close out this video, I will say this. They have referees back on the field. To be honest with you, I didn't notice them. Now, I don't know if that's on purpose, but if they've been put back on there just as eye candy, then they might as well have left them off, as far as I'm concerned. The officials play an important role in the game, and they should have some animation to them and functionality to them in the game, and no video has demonstrated that yet to me. 2K5, they were involved in the game and they were functional, not just part of the background or part of the presentation as it appears to be here. I also wonder, will the quarterback be able to avoid the sack through user control? You don't want anything that's too strong, but right now you are depending on whatever coded algorithm there is that determines whether your quarterback is sacked. And as I stated, I'm going to do a separate video on that flipping of a slotted tight end and a wide receiver. Because to me, what they're doing there is taking a step back. And it is also proving to me that their AI is not all that it's cooked up to be, if there's AI at all. Also, please make sure you help to get the word out by sharing this video. No monetization is involved here. I'll check back with you later.